involved.
You do not get to pick on producers. 40 is just doing his job. He didn't ask to be put in the song. He didn't write himself into the song. Ultimately, it was Drake. 40's job is to make a beat. That's all he's here to do. So why bring him into this? You know what I'm saying?
Because he was there.
Exactly. And I think that was a cheap ass jab. So no.
I mean, Drake's mother had nothing to do with shit.
Shit out of here.
You're not saying anything about Pusha T saying shit
look,
about his
we're not
mom.
talking about Drake.
We're talking about Drake.
We're talking about Pusha T and his bitch ass.
All right, I just tweeted out and tagged you guys both on the live link if you guys want to retweet that or whatever.
Right now.
I'm gonna do a little Insta video watch, a live video.
Oh yeah, because it's technically we're not started. Any opinions said?
That's dope.
It always makes everything look more professional, doesn't it? Like it could be the worst picture, then you're like, oh fuck that watermark.
Shit, I'm taking a picture of that right now. This is dope. This is the most Hollywood shit I've ever done, and I've written on a TV show.
They didn't even have this at Raven.
And you want to
They're like, they didn't have strawberry lemonade.
Right about
No, they didn't.
Yes. It's about to be lit.
Yeah, I should do that too.
There we go. Daddy's ready.
As long as Daddy's ready.
Daddy's always ready. Ow.
Anybody who is in there live, we're just getting started.
Oh, P.S. Do we ever see the messages when people message us?
Rarely, because I don't.
Okay. Because people have been telling me like, yeah, we sent you a message on there, and I was like, oh, I had no idea there were messages.
I don't believe that because I get the numbers of the people who are in there, and it's not enough people that there's people messaging.
So who is it?
It's probably Kyle.
Oh, it's just Kyle.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it'll be like 10 people at most. That's a rare.
That's crazy.
That's our most.
Joe, what's the hash or the handle for like Instagram? Is there Instagram for the show?
No, it's just me.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all Joe.
Cover.
Got it.
I think what we'll do when we figure out like more, when we get something that, you know, because we're trying things. No, but really, like this has been to my mind. I feel like we're still hammering it out to where one day the name and everything could change. And you'll be replaced by a Chinese guy.
Sure. Joe Coy.
If we could get Joe Coy, I'll replace myself with Joe Coy and say, hey, just give me the money from the Patreon subscribers.
There you go.
That sounds like a plan, actually. That's a good margarita, Joe. Thank you.
You did good work, Joe.
Yeah.
I followed the instruction on the bottle. And
I always like do a free pour and I count to like 5, but it's like a generous pour. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like it'll be like this much alcohol, and then I'll put that much like, you know, lemon juice and some salt. I like to use like all natural ingredients, so I'll do that, and then like maybe some lemon juice. I mean some orange juice.
all natural ingredients.
Just the alcohol and the flavor
and the natural to stop whatever toxins are getting built up in your system from all that alcohol. I don't know. An article comes out every 6 months that says, "Did you know alcohol kills you?" No, well, yeah, it'll say that kills you. The good for you article is like, okay, whatever. But the kills you one, it's like, yeah, we know.
But the tequila ones tend to be consistent. They're always like, it's great for you to have a shot before bed, and I'm like, all right, you know, that's my shit. So
yeah,
I love tequila.
Anything?
Did you get a haircut?
Nah, my cat was licking my head though.
No, I'm serious.
I got a haircut though when you saw me.
Yeah, you definitely got a haircut from when we hiked.
Yes.
Maybe I was too preoccupied.
You said something, and then you said something else immediately after. You said, "You got a new haircut? Hey, there's a bird!" and then you chased the bird for 2 hours.
I believe that actually. That sounds like me.
All right, cool. Well, if there's anything that you need during the course, just take it. Even any of my stuff.
All right.
No.
I mean, I'm
There's
eyeing
some
all
good
this
stuff.
Nintendo memorabilia back here.
Oh yeah, I'll show you some of that afterwards. Yeah, ready for me?
Hey.
All right.
Hey,
okay. All right. Okay. You better work. You better get it.
Like
you better get it.
I can't even hear the music. It's all you guys because I can't hear the music anymore. Welcome everybody to the show. This is the Joe Cabello Show. We are here. I am Joe Cabello, comedian and one part of the music group She Thinks She Cute. I'm here with my co-host.
Brendan Lee, singer-songwriter, keyboardist, and overall over ecstatic person today. But Joe, who is with us today?
We have a friend of mine, funny writer, talented stand-up, Eric Owusu.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. It's an
Who's
honor.
also from Maryland.
Sure am.
How many people from Maryland does Joe know? I think we're up to 5.
Yeah, total is probably 9 or 10. And not know, but like they are people I will text and be like, hey,
so
how's it
city.
going?
Hyattsville.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
PG
right.
County.
All right.
Pretty Girl
all right.
County.
PG.
From
We know
Maryland.
about PG. We all know about PG.
And let me talk about Eric Owusu. I'm gonna say something
Okay.
that is gonna kind of air some of your personal stuff.
Okay.
So I
Well,
hope you don't
first and
mind
foremost,
that.
let me just say real fast. I love that the outside of this Oreo. This is amazing and beautiful.
Oh,
to me.
we didn't even think of that.
This is gorgeous to me right now.
Yeah.
For those of you on the video, it is me in the middle,
And Joe is in the
and then
middle.
some darkness surrounding me.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's delicious.
Beautiful.
It's very delicious.
It's rich and chocolatey in here.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Watch it.
We were meant to
I'm gonna
go
get some
exist.
extra video.
We were. But this, so I hope you don't mind me airing some of your professional business. And then this part, I haven't told you, even when we're hiking, because, you know, I spill my guts to you when we're hiking.
Oh, yeah.
I say that like we've gone more than once. But, so, I knew you wrote on Raven starting last year, the new Raven show.
Okay.
He's a talented enough writer to get a job.
Oh.
Not that if you don't have a job, you're not talented, but if you do, you must be.
You must be.
Yeah. Let's not go into the nuances.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
I'll
but-
take the compliment.
Yeah,
I'll
It
take the
was about to
compliment.
be a call out.
Yeah, let's not get into too
Let's not
many
get
of
into
those. That's a specific person or two that you're thinking of.
Yeah.
I saw the
But,
wheels turning.
But so I was like, oh, this guy's got it. Cool. And then I got an opportunity where I could hire people for a show I was writing. And I thought, oh, Eric. I was like, no, he's got it, though. At that time, you did not have it, correct?
Sure didn't.
The show had ended and you hadn't got picked up because of circumstances. So you were actually, probably at that time, you would have been very happy for TV writing work.
And you did?
But I didn't. No, I never hit him up because I figured there's a few people that I'm like, oh, you would be perfect, but oh, you've already got something
already got
going
something
on
going
right
on.
now,
Yeah.
or I assume you do.
Yeah.
So I'm so sorry.
It's fine. I mean, I didn't put it out there like that like I was looking for writing work, to keep up the allure. But
But I think that
should.
bites us in the ass when we
Oh,
don't
yeah.
know. I'm sure it's bitten me in the ass and like
Yeah.
the squeaky wheel. Although I do have a friend who, bless him, anytime anything comes up, whether it's this podcast, he's the first to hit me up. Hey, if you need me to write for you or this or that, and I'll probably never hire him, but he's
always there.
he is there. So I know someone will do something.
right, he'll come off the bench for you in a heartbeat.
Hey, absolutely, yeah.
Like a good name.
You're in our hands. That's something else.
Yep.
But that is to say, highly respect your comedy. So that is why you are
Oh,
here.
thanks, man. Appreciate you guys.
And this is kind of a special, or I don't even know if it's special. It might be the new normal. I want to try something out. 2 30-minute episodes.
Okay.
One that is more focused. We're going to be
Alright.
telling some one-liners for the week's news.
Right.
And I have some topics that we're going to roast
Okay.
people on, just off the cuff, unless we have some prepared stuff.
Okay.
And then, what else was there? And then we might just talk about some prepared comedy bits that we have. We'll see. But I think that'll be enough for the first 30 minutes. Then the next 30 minutes, totally different episode.
All right.
We're just going to talk about whatever bullshit. You guys
Shoot
can
the
argue
shit.
about Pusha T and Drake again. I will jump in this time because I also love it. But we're going to get into a little bit about that right now.
I'm not arguing about that.
You're over? You say that.
I'm
He
not.
says
He says that right now.
He says that.
But then I'll say
Joe
Drake.
knows me too.
But then I'll say Drake started it and deserves it and fuck
Oh,
40.
my God, no.
There it is. That's the button.
Oh, my God,
That's the
no.
button.
You got to turn your shit down if you look at me like that.
We got to take 2 steps from the mic.
Sorry.
Hey, motherfucker! You're not gonna say that on my podcast.
Sorry, you triggered me. Triggered me.
So-
No triggering the Brendan.
So triggered.
Fuck up y'all sound.
But it was like when we had my friend Julian Stern on. It's like, I'm not talking about DJ Khaled. 5 minutes later, he brings up, you're the one who likes DJ Khaled. So I'm like, no, you said even. But before we jump into it, I want to say one thing, because last week we roasted somebody who reviewed us poorly, who was a friend of mine, enemy of Brendan, and that's kind of what prompted. I was like, oh, that was fun, and maybe.
Pause. Used to be a longtime enemy. I actually forgot he existed until you brought him up.
True.
So
Damn.
Well, let's. No, I know you're gonna throw. I know.
I'm not throwing any shade. I'm just saying.
If
honestly,
people listen, they know you don't like it.
I didn't start.
I'm not throwing shade. I'm just saying he's inconsequential and he should have been wiped away on the tissue.
If we're talking about him, he's not.
I'm
But
just saying.
just to say this, if he's listening, because I say if he's listening, because we got it out. It was very fun roasting anybody. I mean, it could have been really anybody in some ways that looked like that. No, but he texted me earlier, but it was a voice recording, and I saw it was 2 minutes. I deleted it. I was like, I don't have.
Oh, you didn't even listen to it.
I didn't have it. I don't. Well, because here, Michael Brew, if you're listening, I'm not even mad anymore, or at all. Like, we did our thing. You left the review. We said something in return that was akin to a public review.
What did you think was gonna happen?
But
it's me.
Yeah, he's someone's gonna say something. So whether you called to apologize or you called to say, "Hey Joe, fuck you for roasting me on air," doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Either we're good after that, or we're not. We don't need to talk about it.
See, I'm gonna fit in right along here because I've been doing some petty shit all day. We've been laughing at Roseanne mercilessly.
Oh yeah, which is, you know what, I emailed
you. An
you
eventful day.
The roast topics I emailed you earlier. That was like an hour
8,
before.
9 a.m.?
Yeah, it was like an hour before Roseanne got canceled. So.
But why even roast her? Like.
Well, that's a great question. Why even roast her? This is why I chose some of these topics. Because we could say like Roseanne or Trump. Let's roast. What interesting new thing is gonna come from that? Yeah. I don't think as much versus taking something that doesn't have as much of an immediate charge. So that's kind of not exactly what I was able to do with these topics, but what I aimed for. So I say we jump right into it.
Let's do it.
And I'll call it at a certain point. This isn't so much of a debate, but we're going to do some old school roasting.
Right. Go for it. Just throw that white
First
towel
topic,
in if we beat it too bloody.
Yeah, I will call it. I will stop the podcast.
Oh, Jesus, here we go.
The first one is Solo haters. Haters of the movie Han Solo.
Right.
Now, they come in many colors, most of them white as porcelain and as women-hating as anybody. So that's why I wanted to bring them up.
Okay.
But then we're also going to roast the movie Solo. So I know you haven't seen it, Brendan.
I haven't seen it.
So I know you could have some fun with people who hated Solo. Because fuck them anyway. They could be anybody. What do we got? What do we think about these people?
Look, there are people who are going to hate anything just for the sake of hating it. And they hate on the newest thing as soon as it comes out. Like, they don't give it time to breathe or grow or develop it anyway. They're worse than pedophiles. They don't let the shit grow, and they just jump on it. They salivate.
Now, what is the critiques that the haters said about the movie?
Hey, if you didn't like the movie, fine. But there's a lot that say, okay, Lando came out as pansexual 3 days before the movie. The producers or whatever writer said it. Well, guess what? It's because he like hooks up with a robot, and even if it wasn't, like, it doesn't matter about the movie.
That's why.
Yeah, like that. I think. What other part does it matter that he's pansexual other than he has a robot friend? He loves it.
I'm more upset at the people who are marketing this movie.
Oh, true. They should have shut the fuck
up. Why bring this up? Why
throw that in there? Yeah.
You know, like,
well, especially
everybody's all about making the statement. I'm a pansexual. I'm a this. I'm a that. Just fucking fuck. Just play the goddamn movie. You know?
Exactly. And if you see the movie, honestly, he doesn't play it like there's no way to play a pansexual.
Like he's not flirting with.
Everything.
Well, no, he doesn't really.
Well, that's the thing. The only thing he flirts with is a robot and
some women, some alien women at the table. But then everyone's an alien in this Star Wars universe anyway.
Yeah, you have to be pansexual.
So technically, you are pansexual. Yeah.
I don't want to see any more of these. Like, I just kind of
the Star Wars or
here's the thing.
I'm over the.
You don't have to.
Yeah, you don't have to, and then don't talk shit about it. You know what I mean?
No, but seriously, I'm kind of over the whole series because here's the thing. When they rebooted it, I thought, oh cool, we're gonna get the Force, the Jedi, all this other shit.
Well, let's not call it a reboot.
Well, I thought that's what we were getting. I didn't know, and then when it was a continuation of the story, I thought they were gonna continue on with the whole mysticism, which is what I felt like the original movies were built off of, if I'm correct, right? The Force, right? So why are we watching movie after movie of people who can't use the Force? Like, I'm over this.
Rebuttal to that, back in the 80s and maybe not into the 90s, but definitely during the 80s, they came out with spin-off Star Wars almost
Ewoks,
straight to the Ewok thing, the Christmas thing, straight to video. Yeah, so that existed. So now they're doing it now, but better.
Yeah,
with more of a budget.
I'm finding it hard to care, I think is what I'm saying. Like, it's just so hard for me to care anymore. And I think in movies in general, like, I didn't see, there's a new Marvel.
Well, let's keep it to Solo. Let's keep it to Solo. Because we could even roast Star Wars, but Solo.
Okay.
Let's say somebody says, I think this is the worst Star Wars movie because Lando is pansexual or because there is a female in the movie. Like, at all, who's heroic. What's happening?
They're just being misogynistic and sexist.
That's every bad guy in a movie acts the way that most people who hate Star Wars movies act.
It reminds me of that woman who called the cops on those black people who were having a barbecue. That's just what it is.
It's just hating just to hate.
White people who are mad.
I think it really is. It is the white people,
They're
unfortunately.
mad. I think a big part of it is that Donald Glover is accidentally stealing the spotlight. And they're like, fuck this movie.
Lando was already black, so why?
I know, right?
But for him to be
Glover, right?
Yeah,
so
the
showpiece.
Like,
exactly. And all the commercials
have
all pretty much been recut to always
People
have him.
So mad.
And he felt like Lando.
Yeah.
But then to roast the movie, because why are you gonna have him hook up with the robot? Or he doesn't hook up with a robot. But
people are hooking up with robots in real life right now.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
People are hooking robots right
that has batteries in it.
Those robots look fine.
Like,
Those robots look fine.
Right. In 2 weeks, they're gonna connect sex bots to people's Alexas.
Right.
Like it's on its way.
Yeah, just
They do have the iPad covers that have the vagina on it.
Have you seen the fucking Bop It?
No, I haven't seen the fucking Bop It.
It's a Bop It that's like it's like a fleshlight.
Oh,
you gotta, like,
shit.
Yeah,
And it's got more things than any one person has, like to service. I'm like seeing one part.
Why you gotta do all those things at the same time?
Yeah, I see that I put my dick in that, but that part is meant to tickle something I don't have.
There it is. It has everything and more except an attitude. How about that?
Oh.
Okay,
No,
how did you get on Bop It?
You brought it up.
Because of you.
Sex bots.
Sir.
Sex bots, yeah.
Sex bots.
If that robot had a hand that was sex bop it, then I'm pansexual.
Right. We're all pansexual.
I think we all are.
We're all pansexual.
Guys, we fuck our hands. We fuck bottles of lotion.
Yeah, you know what? I'm pansexual too. Everybody, I'm coming out.
I've put my dick in between the folds of a couch. Like, I'm all kinds of pansexual.
When you figure that out, the world changes.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Once you expand your definition, brothers.
You find yourself a fuzzy rug.
And then your parents say, hey, we're thinking about getting a new couch. And you're like, don't get a tall one. I need one that's right good.
Don't
where
you dare take my baby.
Okay, y'all, that is nasty. I never fucked a couch. Y'all nasty as fuck. That's not my shit. Ugh.
Couch, Gatorade bottle. Oh, I mean,
you just got to be careful.
oh yeah. You can't. You gotta relax when you finish, otherwise you get stuck.
Oh my god!
Don't panic.
Yeah, don't panic.
Oh,
yeah, just take it easy.
Hey, Eric, take it easy. Not all of us get stuck. Some of us go on that Mexican Coke bottle.
Yeah.
We grab the Mexican Coke bottle for it.
You gotta get the lighter to melt the side of it and get yourself out.
No. Oh my god.
Cut the top off a Coke can.
There you go. Adventures of self-discovery, guys.
Yeah, I know, right?
Don't kink shame.
Never know.
All right, let's go to the next one. Kim Kardashian haters. Now, we could hate on Kim all day. She was recently on Twitter talking shit to... yeah, and people, she should...
You keep giving me people I relate to, though.
What,
Kim?
Kim?
I'm on the Kim Kardashian.
Well, I am too, but I feel like most people... And that doesn't mean, I think any one thing or many things she does. But she could say whatever she wants on Twitter, and that was a lot of people saying, hey, you should be using your platform for good. As if to say one tweet means you are not doing that at any point. Although most of the time she's selling makeup. But
yeah, it's good for her.
Yeah, people will say, if you tweeted just some fun stuff when shit was going down and you had a lot of power, because you don't right now, Eric. Sorry, but it's not your responsibility in every tweet to touch on everything.
This is true, but she was fucking up.
She was.
With the string of tweets people are mad at her for.
She was, but I see people bringing up bigger issues in it, like that, like, hey.
Everybody's bringing up bigger issues now when they get mad at celebrities, though. Isn't that the case?
Yeah.
Everything is blown out of proportion now, so people have to go back and apologize for shit. Like, I'm not taking Roseanne's side, but I'm saying, like, comedians can't make jokes anymore online. Because you make a joke, that offends the wrong group of people, and it's a wrap. You get all your shit taken away. It's like that.
Yes and no. But with the Kim Kardashian haters, I mean, most of the Kim Kardashian haters don't give a fuck about kids in Chicago anyway. So
that's the thing
just
is
hating to hate.
Who is the easiest one to say, hey, why aren't you doing anything so bad that you hate? You know, like there are so many other people you could probably knock on the door and be like, hey, with your influence, and you could expect a more thoughtful answer.
Every
you know,
opportunity to tell Kim Kardashian she's fucking up. So I'm on the side of the haters.
but what's it gonna do to the bitch is laughing?
No,
She's just
but
like,
that's what I'm saying. I need there to be a consistent stream of it's not okay. Your life is not okay. I need that to be consistently flowing through her ears. So maybe one day she gets it and she can fucking step down because I'm tired of this bitch. So I can't relate.
He's with her, but he's not with her.
I'm with the haters.
Well, with a lot of these, you can be with them and against them at the same time.
I have forever been a Kim Kardashian hater. How can you get a whole family famous off of busting some pussy online?
That's
not
genius.
even on
By
network
being really
television.
good.
Not even on cable, not even on HBO or Showtime. Bitch, just fucking Pornhub.
She did her own shit.
And now from you, fucking Ray J, of all people, you were somebody
and where's Ray J?
Right, that's some gangsta shit.
I'm sorry,
She
I'm
fucked
sorry,
Ray J
I'm
in a
sorry.
patriarchal society,
Nope.
and she came up.
Nah,
She fucked Ray J into oblivion. He's not even
zero respect. Zero respect.
For Kim Kardashian?
For all of them. I have zero.
I thought he was with her.
No, I'm not here for. I'm not
He's
here
part
for
of
the
the hate.
Kardashians.
He's
I'm
part
for
of
the
the
haters.
He's on the side of the Kim
I'm on the
haters.
side of the haters. I have never loved this family.
I think they're doing. You can't say, hey, she's not a good actress. She's not a good singer. And I say that because she's done all those things.
She is not a good singer.
She sung?
Yeah, she's had albums and
But
songs.
she's not a good singer. She's not good, Joe.
Yeah, I said she's not. She's
Oh,
not.
okay,
She's not any of those things.
Neither is Keith Richards, but the motherfucker tours yearly.
Yeah, but she
dying.
has millions of dollars because she did something smart, and I don't think it was necessarily all people chatting in her ear.
Right. I mean, she has millions and millions of followers, and
She sucked her way to the top. Congratulations.
and a lot of those millions
I don't
are
give a
people
fuck.
that don't like her. You know, so
Yeah.
people are gonna hate. But that she knows people are gonna hate on her.
She knows.
That's built into her machine.
I'm
That's
glad
why the
to
haters
add myself to the
lose.
list of Kim Kardashian haters. I'm an official. I've been here for day one. Hating on her
Certified.
ass. Certified, motherfucker. I got history. So look. So I've always been for this whole family to just disappear because every time they pop up, it's nothing good. They're not helping anybody. Not really.
It's
You know
good
what
for
I mean?
them. It's not good
them,
for
it's
the
not
people
good
they
for
used to get there.
For everybody.
Like
the Kardashians are not good for everybody.
Yeah.
If you could put them on a nutritional scale, they'd be up there with the fats and sugars and shit. The smallest triangle that you're not supposed to have.
the top
that's
of the pyramid
Kardashians.
scheme.
Well, that's
hey, look at
Exactly. Pyramid scheme.
There's a lot of people on that pyramid, and they all are pretty much shitheads like that.
that. Yeah.
It's a lot of fats and
The
sugars.
Walmart
Hence
the Walmart family, but if they had some the Kardashian Mart, they could buy that.
There we go.
Here we go. We were talking about this earlier. Modern rap beefs. Now, why I want to roast it is because everybody knows that no one's gonna die from it,
Yeah,
from
that's
these big
true.
stars, and you have people still in their interviews. The interviewers, I blame them, being like, "So if you saw him on the street, what's gonna happen?" They're like, "Nothing. This is music."
Like we're gonna laugh because y'all are talking about us.
and you have to hope that if you start talking like real shit, you have to hope they don't ask that question, because then you're like, man, fuck that fool. He'd get fucked up on the block. Then they're like, what would you do if you saw him on the street? Well, it's music. It's
Well, here's the thing: the two artists won't fight. The artist teams has
probably
whooped
fight,
ass.
yeah.
Like,
yeah, that's
who
true.
got beat? Lil B got beat up. Fucking Someone got punched in the face recently. I feel like Bow Wow got punched in the face by someone's crew, like Soulja Boy and them.
That's because people love to talk, and then you don't back that shit up, so you catch these hands.
You catch the hands of the fans. From the fans.
And just
Tekashi 6ix9ine was on the run, like every city he was in. Bloods is after him and shit. So no, Drake and Pusha T are not going to fight each other. Pusha T is 41, 42 years old. Drake is like 33.
Right.
Drake's people will fuck some shit up.
Yeah. I think Pusha's people will fuck someone up.
Not because that's grown men.
No,
I don't think so.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. I'm with you. Rap beef in 2018 is ridiculous. Because now that you put it like this, I can't stop cracking up. Because I'm like, yeah, what the fuck are they going to do? They're not going to do shit. Yeah. Like, the worst that's going to happen is one of them is going to get roasted by the internet more than the other. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be another Meek Mill versus Drake thing. Right. Where another one pummels another with music just for ratings. Mm-hmm. And then that's it.
Which is what it should be. I mean, that's when
when
Drake came out with the Deputy, I was like, oh, this is great that this is happening because we got this out of it. And then the new song today.
So you're saying that it is...
Well, I enjoy it, but it's like, I think when it gets to that... Adidon, yeah. I like the story of Subtractedon, but anyways, it's not even anything...
I like that. I like that a lot.
But like, just the story that we need to pretend. It's like WWE, like believing that. Like, but you do have a point that it's not them that shit'll happen. It's gonna be the one guy who maybe met like Pusha once, and it has sold like 1,000 records, and he's like, I'll go to jail. I hate.
Right.
And they're more hard than they are. I don't know, wanting success. Yeah.
So, the people you gotta look out for is the crew that hangs around, the people that gas up the artists, because they're gonna feed into the fantasy that the artist is selling the public. Because that will sell it even further to the public. So the artist is gonna let that shit happen. Why do you think Chris Brown got all these belligerent ass people around him? It sells. Chris Brown's not fighting. He ain't doing this shit. Well,
Chris Brown will.
Let me go back.
I can think of one situation
where he for sure threw those hands.
Let me go back. When I meant Chris Brown's team is fighting. And Chris Brown's fighting. So that's a bad example. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying. Like, there are artists that have people that are around
Drake's
them that will fight. But Drake is not.
Did he slap Drake or some shit?
Who?
Did he?
Chris? Did he?
Didn't Diddy slap Drake allegedly?
I feel like that is a story.
Right.
I feel like
Did he? You a grown ass, don't go around here slapping.
But that's why he can. Like, if he slapped me, I'd just be like, yeah, here's $100. I know you don't need it, Diddy, but you slapped
you earned it. He used all 5 of them fingers. He's a 20 for each one.
I don't really know what to do about this.
Diddy to slap you.
No, after he slapped me, I'd be like, well,
after the fact.
This is it.
I'm sorry for making your hand red. Here you go.
Yeah. I deserve that plus some, I'm sure, if you slapped me.
Oh my God.
All right, cool.
Stupid.
I think that was the rap beef. Really, that's where we found some real seasoning on that. I want to. Did you have anything specifically for the other ones? Elon Musk.
Let me double check my notes. Elon Musk. I think what I wanted to say about him was because I was reading about today and how like there was a conference call or some shit. And then
what happened?
I'm confused about it completely too. So I think you know more about.
So apparently Elon Musk behaves like Trump with the media in that he only likes to hear from people that love him, and people that question him or bring up shit fucking up with Tesla. He's like, you guys are only cherry picking and sugarcoating and da-da-da. But allegedly there was like a conference call, and one of his like super fans was in on the call for no reason. And when everyone else was asking legitimate questions, Elon was like, that's a stupid question. Super fan, what do you have to say? And that guy was like, oh my God. And like sucked his dick over this conference call, and Elon Musk was like, you're my guy. And
dude, this is the rap beef thing. Elon Musk isn't going to throw the punch. He has his crew.
Wait, what?
So
did he really pull out his penis?
He didn't pull his penis
metaphorically.
I'm sorry. I need the story.
Okay.
Because I'm like, wait, he took his dick out.
He didn't
and
take
hit
his
the
dick
phone.
out.
He metaphorically.
Right. That's how he hung up the phone. That's how he pushed the click button.
He wrapped it around, then he fucked it like we do the bottles.
So did he say anything?
I read it on The Atlantic. He basically was like, all right, you regular media outlets and reporters and shit, you guys are asking dumb questions, stupid questions. I like this YouTuber, some YouTuber.
Always a mistake.
Yikes.
Who was like, Elon Musk, Tesla's great. And Elon Musk was like, that's the guy I want to talk to. And not the people asking me legitimate questions about Tesla fucking up and blah, 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 and Tesla crashing its automated car or whatever. So he's talking to the YouTuber only. He only wants to, on the phone. And then the YouTuber runs to YouTube and is like, oh my God, I just did an phone interview. This is crazy. And so people are comparing Elon Musk to Trump in that. So basically the YouTuber is to Elon Musk what Fox and Friends is to Trump.
Got Fox and Friends.
Right. So how Trump is like CNN's fake news, MSNBC fake news. Elon Musk.
The YouTuber is who this guy is.
Right. So Elon Musk is like New York Times is stupid, and everybody else is
right. And he said you know who owns the media in one interview, which is it's kind of like I think that's a thing you can't say. Yeah. Along with like, even if let's say a black person of any person of color actually looks 100% like an ape, you can't make that diss.
You can't.
You know, like they could be
for historical contextual reasons.
Yeah, like it's just a diss you can't do. I would say don't even say another white person looks like an ape. Because then it might get turned around. Hey, why do you like just don't? And
stay away from
I think the same thing with saying you know who owns the press. Because for me, I might say that, and I'm thinking big corporations and all and things like that.
But the stereotype
is Jews, and it's so Elon Musk don't say that. But also then everyone's like defending the media and news after that statement, as if the day before we didn't all know that modern news was trash.
All right, and then
we do not defend news outlets.
Right, but then another underlying thing about that thing when Elon Musk said, "You know who controls the media? It's billionaires and trillionaires that own media outlets, and he's a billionaire." So I was like, nigga, you could buy the New York Times twice. And why?
He was already talking about having some sort of news organization after that I think was more of an aggregator, but it's still like, well, what are you going to choose? Good Tesla things?
Right.
I would do the same. I wouldn't let anybody talk shit about me if I owned all the news. I'd be like, no. Why would you?
I gotta agree with you there. I mean, you know what? I would let one channel or two go on and talk all their shit. Right. And then every once in a while, like once a month, I go on the show and be like, "Go ahead, bitch, say something." Sit there and actually intimidate them.
Right, you want this paycheck?
Just be like, "I own you, bitch. I own this."
Yeah, just show up. They start reading the story, and you're just there behind the camera, arms crossed.
See you next month.
Right. But that's the thing with Elon Musk and like these super rich, influential, powerful people. Being all anti-media or whatever, they only want to hear positive things about themselves and their product, like a dictator or Regina George. Like, you can't do that.
Yeah, and they don't realize the behavior is and will be the same.
Right.
And I think that might be true for many of us. What person would, like, hey, you could choose what's going to be told. Here's a thing shitty about you. You mean I have a choice? Like, just one. But, good roast session. Now we're going to get into some headline news. These are some monologue jokes. I know Brendan doesn't have any, I'm going to guess, but he could try. A monologue joke is just a joke about the news. I don't know if you have any. I have a couple.
We'll find out.
All right. Why don't I just start us off? I think that'll be good there.
I think these jokes are too smart for me.
Who knows? Well, do you know The Weeknd?
Uh-huh.
The Weeknd?
The
Friday,
music.
Saturday, Sunday? No, the singer. Well, he's dating Bella Hadid, right?
Okay.
You know this? Well, Selena Gomez recently called her, and said, "Hey, I want to warn you, The Weeknd's been calling me." And Bella Hadid says, "Oh my gosh, what's he been calling you?" No, but these are just really family-friendly jokes. He's been calling her names.
Not your best joke.
No, these are, after the roast, these are meant to be really family-friendly.
Got it.
Blake Lively drove Ryan Reynolds to the hospital while she was delivering the baby. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Compared to what they usually do, which is he drives her crazy. But they're just really,
these are really bad jokes.
Well, this is to get anybody else who wants to maybe try that.
Have nothing.
And these are really family friendly.
Okay.
Roseanne was canceled. We talked a little bit about that.
Praise Jesus.
There's always the worry another network can pick her up. I don't know if you've ever heard CBS. They have that show, The Amazing Racist. Recently a kid raised $6,000 He raised $6,000 on a lemonade stand for his little brother's health care.
Okay.
When life gives you lemons, you make lemonade.
No,
It's just
Joe.
a cute joke, guys.
Joe.
It's just a...
No, Joe.
Did you hear about
This
this?
is really hard. I have to like sit here and listen to these. But go ahead.
Did you see the gynecologist sued a woman because she gave him a 1-star review? You know what? Why would a woman give a gynecologist a 1-star review?
Oh, Joe.
That's not even the joke. You're gross. But when it comes, you might even say ew for other reasons. He said, "Well, I don't know. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but
There it is.
you know."
I thought you said these are family friendly.
They're- well, they're-
lying motherfucker.
They're nice. They're kind. They're kind.
Yes.
More alcohol.
And the last one,
Jeez, there's more.
there was speculation that Nicki Minaj and Eminem are dating.
Yep.
But when reached for comment, Eminem's representative said, "We melt in your mouth, not in your hand." But you know, these are just really, really family-friendly jokes
Yeah,
for you
those
guys.
last two were. Yeah, I'm gonna do them at the elementary school tomorrow.
Well, you do know a lot of the kids that I teach wouldn't get these, and I know that because I tried the gynecologist joke with them, and I mean, a still room.
I mean, you can always try these out on me, and if I don't get it, the kids aren't gonna get it because my humor is very basic.
It's kid, right?
I'm not smart.
But those are some I whipped up today, and I specifically wanted to make them very kind and family friendly and
course,
silly.
of
Any
course.
for you, Eric? You have to be able to follow up with anything with those.
I didn't prepare a monologue, Joseph.
Wow.
It takes a team of writers to do those. every
Well,
day.
it really does. That's why you really have to aim low,
Oh,
sweet
yeah.
chariot.
Swing loud.
Yeah.
Good thing you have two black guys on the podcast with you.
It's a parody. It's a parody.
I think Amlar's, but yes, he's right. It is swing low.
But no, but that was the parody, guys.
Got it.
It's like
Oh,
my
it's a parody.
You meant to do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Got
meant to
it.
do that.
Got it.
guys. Come on, it's like my "This Is My Acura"
that
song. I know it's "This Is America,"
just-
but
we
I
just
sing it.
told
This is my Acura. Watch
No,
when you're
we're
backing
not.
up.
Hey.
You might just scratch it up.
Hey,
Okay,
wait, I
okay.
cannot get into this.
You always do that.
I know.
Once I think it's just because it's a good song. You're like, I'll ignore the lyrics to just enjoy the thought of the song. My wheels roll like yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm always there for a turn up because right away I'm like, yeah.
He couldn't help
I'm
it.
here for it.
I eat poop like yeah. No one eats poop.
That's not true either.
All right, this is gonna be cool because that was all we had to deliver. Now we're gonna cut. If you want to keep listening, it's a totally other episode. 12.5, I think we'll call it. If you want to hear us just talk, we'll talk about. I can't tell you, but it's gonna be.
We're gonna talk about something.
Oh man, was that a half hour already?
That was about a half hour.
Oh man, y'all are too much fun.
Let's get back in it.
Well, we'll see you guys. If this is all you listen to, please leave a review on iTunes. Please. I know you guys are listening and then not doing it. I see the numbers.
yeah, bitches. Just,
We can see it in real time.
Look,
If we were getting zero listens,
you know
I
why?
wouldn't be
Because
mad.
You're asking. Let me ask.
Do it,
Hey,
please. Give us
listen,
the money.
Bom, bom.
Listen, this is episode 12, and we have how many reviews, Joe?
6.
This is ridiculous.
Formerly 7. The 1 star was 7.
This is ridiculous, guys. Look, listen. Okay, whenever anybody on Facebook, on Instagram says, hey, check out my new video, check out my this, check out my that, I am the first person to go in and reshare and like and talk about and use whatever poll I have to promote y'all shit. So can you please go on our iTunes page and just write, it's funny, I liked him, I had a good time. Because if you don't, that's rude.
And it helps people,
No,
other
I'm kidding, it's not
people
rude.
see
I'm just being salty right
It
now.
is a little rude at this point.
You know, Joe said it's rude.
I'm rude. There was a podcast I've been listening to for a few weeks that's new. I haven't left it an
I
iTunes
always
review. I'm
give
rude.
reviews on
So,
shit that I listen
so
to
the
a lot.
reason why I'm
Yeah.
saying it is because I'm also fucking up. So
I
I
do that
need the
often, too.
people to be.
Yeah.
I would rather the people be like, go, please tell us what you need to do.
Yeah, guys, please leave us reviews. The more reviews you leave us, the more, we can upgrade our shit up in here, and then who knows what can come of that.
Right.
We'll clone ourselves and be able to talk to 2 of us.
Yeah, and
That's
then
it.
we'll just have Joe Cabello show.
We'd kill each other. Me and that guy.
Fighting for dominance. Yeah.
But Eric, where can we find your stuff?
I'm all over the internet. Twitter at Owusu Kid.
Tell us how to spell that.
Oh yes, of course. OWUSU KID, and then Instagram Eric ERIC .KAY .Owusu OWUSU. That's me right there.
All right, and hit me up on Gmail, Joe Cabello. No, nobody does
Flood
that.
his inbox.
Right.
At Joe Cabello or joecabello.com will give you everything. And Brendan.
BrendanLee.com, and keep it locked because there are new announcements coming. So, boop, boop.
All right, if you're live, we're going to just take a break, then we're going to hit it back. So you can stay
taking
on
a
the page, and it'll start back up.
I get to have a 15 and shit at a podcast. It's nice. Where's my time card? Do I get to clock out?
It's lit.
Is Joe buying us lunch?
Right. Is that crafty?
There's alcohol, crafty.
There it is.
That's a good set when you have alcohol.
I will take you up on more lemonade.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey. People are hitting me up.
There you go.
They're on my Insta. They're like, we're tuning in.